Gender and activism. Activism is a doctrine or practice that emphasizes direct vigorous actions, especially in support of or opposition to one side of the controversial issue. Men's rights activists. Feminist issues have been in for the front a lot lately, but what about the human rights rather, issues that disproportionately affect men? Men are more likely to become homeless than women, and there are more male causes of autism than female. On average, men die younger than women. This is partly due to their biological or evolutionary reasons, but other factors such as higher suicide rates and more dangerous working conditions are rooted in society. Another example of problems in men are the mental health. For the mental health, more men than women kill themselves. The reasons for suicide are many, ranging from ideas about masculinity leading them to bottle up some emotions, pressure to provide for their family, financial issues, and the fact that more men than women are prone to substance abuse. Men and sexuality. It typically speaks only for cisgender, heterosexual men because much of their focus is on the heteronormative family. But what about those queer men and trans men? Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or LGBT people around the world face discrimination, persecution, and violence. This should be able to work they should be able to work and raise the voice for them too. Thus there will be a real effort towards the eradication of inequality. The last one is the men and the sexual abuse. Repeated studies have shown that sexual abuse of boys is widespread in the Philippines. In fact, in 2007 study conducted by the Ministry of Women and Child Welfare in the Philippines, more boys than girls were found to have been sexually abused. While it is difficult for the survivors of sexual violence to speak up, it is all the more difficult for boys because of their gender. And there are a lot of researches that male rape is rarely discussed and is often made the subject of distasteful jokes. This needs to take these issues seriously and focus on making the society safer for male victims of sexual abuse and also provide them opportunities of counseling to come out of their trauma. How about the women rights activists? How were women rights before the 20th century? Back in that day, there was no equality in the rights given to men and women. Until women started realizing that they needed to fight for their rights in order to change the whole situation. But do women have full equality today? Women still faces the issue of glass ceiling. What is glass ceiling? Glass ceiling is a form of discrimination which prevents educated, professional, well-qualified, hardworking women from being promoted to higher levels in an organization.